4 o'clock, a major power outage at Intermountain Medical Center in Murray. The hospital says their main power and backup generators failed just before noon today. We're told 500 patients were being treated at the hospital when that outage happened. They just answered some of our questions moments ago. This is what they said.
So we did transport 5 babies to other community hospitals and 6 laboring mothers. So hospital is up and running. We are minimizing any elective surgeries or other things, but right now we're focusing on the patients that we have here on our campus and emergencies that come to us.
So what do those patients have to go through? Well, our Bayan Wang was first on the scene, the only reporter on the scene as this was unfolding today. Bayan, how are the patients and their families doing right now?
Well, we're talking about a lot of frustration. We're also talking about a lot of grace. They say, hey, look, we understand this was unfortunate, but we know they're trying to figure out everything they can to get the power back up and going. Thankfully it is, because we're talking about a level 1 trauma center completely losing power at about 11:15 this morning. Then around noontime, their backup generators go out. That's about the time that we get here. I'm seeing all these employees, all these patients outside of the office wondering what's going on. Then I see a security guard wave everybody in, getting all the managers and supervisors together saying, hey, the backup generators are now going in and out. So we have to shut down some of these hospital buildings. Take a look.
As of right now, both these buildings are shut down until further notice.
More specifically, hospital security shut down the medical office building and the Eccles Outpatient Care Center shortly before 1 p.m. as backup generators fluctuated.
They're going back up and down, okay? So for your staff, all right, everyone needs to disperse.
As employees and patients waited outside the buildings, hospital security rounded up supervisors and managers to make this announcement.
We're not having any more normal operations in this building, okay? I need you guys to make sure that your patients for the rest of the day are not going to be seen, that they're aware they're not going to come to this building. All right, and then we're just going to deal with rescheduling everything on the back end.
According to Intermountain Health's website, the buildings that were shut down include services like general surgery, pulmonology, and cardiology. According to Intermountain Health, 6 mothers in labor and 3 babies in NICU were transferred to a different hospital. ABC4 spoke to several patients who had to reschedule their appointments.
He was having a stress test.
A stress test? Okay.
Cardiology, heart deal.
Okay.
And the power just went completely off, and we had to reschedule.
Right as he was doing the test?
Not right when he was doing it. We were just before we got there.
For Gerard Strasser and his wife, the third time scheduling was not the charm.
It's the third time we scheduled an appointment here today, and 2 different nurses came out and told us that the electricity was out.
What kind of appointment was it?
Cardiovascular.
Important.
Yeah.
So we heard from a lot of patients like that. Now you got to remember, that's the outpatient center and the medical building office. This is the emergency room we're standing in front of too. They have their ventilators with batteries and they have their backup generators, and a lot of the focus goes to those more traumatic kind of incidents that they're dealing with in the emergency room. Of course, that was one of their priorities. How do we keep our operation here going? And look, this isn't anything new to them. Obviously, that spokesperson for Intermountain Health said, look, we want to figure out exactly what's going on. But they also prepare for things like these, like diverting ambulances with trauma cases to other hospitals that could take them in. That is something that they do even when hospitals get busy. They have this interconnected teamwork, thankfully, because when you have a power outage at a hospital of this size with the kind of patients they deal with, you want to make sure you have a plan. Brian?